Remember that moment in a theater when a film hit you so hard you forgot to breathe? I'm talking about the Helm's deep charge in the Two Towers, and I'm about to show you why this 30 seconds of cinema changed everything. But first, there's something most people completely miss about this scene that makes it even more brilliant. If this breakdown gets you hyped, smash that like button and subscribe, because we're diving deep into filmmaking magic today. Here's what you need to understand. Peter Jackson didn't just film a battle, he filmed the end of hope. After a night of brutal siege warfare, Theoden and Aragorn are leading a suicide charge, not to win, but simply to die with swords in their hands. The women and children are fleeing behind them, and everyone knows they won't make it far. This is defeat, pure and simple. But hold on, there's a reason this moment works on a psychological level that most directors never achieve. Look at what Jackson sets up beforehand. Theoden is a broken king who watched his kingdom crumble while poisoned by Wormtongue. His son died without him knowing. He's barely been saved, only to wake up and find everything on the brink of annihilation. Aragorn, meanwhile, has never commanded an army. Every decision since Gandalf's fall has ended in disaster. These aren't confident heroes. They're desperate men making their last stand. And the enemy? That's where Tolkien's World War I experience becomes crucial, but I'll get to that in a second. The Uruk-hai aren't just numerous, they're unstoppable. They don't retreat, don't fear casualties, and they've already breached the fortress. Theoden asks the defining question: what can men do against such reckless hate? It's not rhetorical. He genuinely doesn't know. That's why his speech before the charge isn't about glory or victory. It's about wrath, ruin, and the Red Dawn. He's preparing to die. So they charge down the causeway, straight into the heart of 10,000 orcs. It's suicide. We know it's suicide. They know it's suicide. Then Gandalf arrives, and here's what makes this transcendent instead of just triumphant. The music doesn't explode into heroic fanfare. It's tragic, mournful, because even with Eomer's riders cresting that hill at sunrise, the situation still looks hopeless. Watch what happens next. The Uruk-hai form a massive pike wall, marching in lockstep with mechanical precision. Listen to the sound of their boots. That's not organic. That's industrial. That's machinery. Tolkien survived an industrialized war where human courage meant nothing against machine guns and artillery. He watched wave attacks sacrifice thousands for yards of mud. That trauma runs through everything he wrote, and Jackson captured it perfectly here. The Uruk-hai aren't just warriors. They're Saruman's industrial war machine, grinding nature and tradition into dust. The Rohirrim charge anyway. Swords and horses against a wall of steel. And at the last possible second, the sun blinds the Uruk-hai, scattering their formation. Nature itself fights back against industrialized destruction. The riders crash through like a breaking wave. That emotional whiplash, from hopelessness to desperate defiance to impossible salvation, is what great filmmaking looks like. 25 years later, this scene still hits like a freight train. If you felt that same electricity, hit that like button, share this with your fellow Tolkien fans, and subscribe for more deep dives into legendary cinema. Because films like this don't get made anymore, and we need to remember why they mattered.